Now, the moment you have mentioned the word supreme leader, no, what comes to mind is dictatorship. Because
does it two words and they are separate words,
but they are synonymous.
Oh, okay.
Near Tiana say, bias in fear, Bosman better than what Trini yet two about the man, or man penny his sister John the Money Mahama. This is not the first time one I buy SSNE. I buy such at least a fourth Republican constitution with the Abans and be Biaba. Now, where the kind of intimidation tactics are a buying way per se or they silence ne opponent here. A idea too much. Na any nyai. Or share the past period here political parties as a son. Some of these things you hear them one or two be na a term neko. But I believe sir yen you no this for ya ache ewo sadie we say and they are overdoing it. Nobody in this country bet maka say obi a yede o man to me ahye ne nsada no ma o me account for. Nobody is saying that. Obi a oye oswafo oye whatever bia no unim se emre bi bedu a ye cash braba account for your stewardship also oba na emom de ye ka ho asem se ye wo ekwa ye fa so ye no a efe ye more civilized. Esan se me no ka say yen members of parliament be say 87 mo sisi ye emu be say 40 and above omo appear before the investigative authorities Yoko, CID, BNI and then as a form. But how many of them put out once master winimumpo? In fact, you are na pompo the employee and you on once a babon tebeka say or call BNI mpoa no be akwakunim say or call. Why? Because a quiet fast to invite to omono a more civilized approach into omokwa answer questions be report to twice a week. But obian can no because it was done properly. But in the situation where you hide behind accountability, na enipa CID atun safreno wa appear before CID adia cheye yeso omra wasako na CID for say wa bahanamo ebnada nyame ya adoma next week Monday sa report na nipa no every CID headquarters wo kwa me ya kwakwehia ne kwan mu ti se sabi kronfo bi a ya peno for 15 years ye nya no ni atene nka se wonam ha ni ade sa Rambo style awakwache no. I believe sir that is not the way to go. Yen democracy ya na ye nimu no ye nya na sa kwan no so. Now o hwe commentaries aba since so almost started some more years ade we ya apart from anyone for nobody is speaking in favor of that style of arrest and the intimidation tactics no. And I believe sir the more the supreme leader tag no ewura witri no you may not see anything wrong with this because that supreme leader tag no issue with him. And I believe sir we 2024 general election now MPP for the esua there na oya politicians we esua there for 2024 election more I feel say when you bet because when the Ghanaian voter is quiet about some things so I'm ready to know say or exhibiting anger towards you it is going to surprise you. So the NDC may think that they have something we call goodwill. Therefore, they can use the goodwill to oppress and suppress every voice. But I just want to advise them, say, in 2025, baby and democrats in free ababedru no. I do not think, say you the executive in our mount, you the judiciary mount, near the legislature kwamawa ubetima kanipanuatum. You cannot do that. And you ubetima start saying ya but it is something that you cannot sustain. In fact, 2 years going to mean, because there will come to a time where you will have to account for your stewardship. And a honomono, you cannot come and account to the people. So, me ba mama mabasa say matima chichichi ni pass me say akotum. Utie now here omo a ye chi omo in that Rambo star now. If indeed many about these people omo ye boni bia can say boni bia eso a nka by now these people will be rotting in jail. But then you just let me show him where power lies keke. No say ye person about who say ya ban aba ye wo bibia ye wo the executive oko parliament e numbers doso say no mo kan supreme leader e betima ye de pe bia ye ma hu say bibi wo ho ye che wo bi kutuwa bi. That is what the NDC is doing. Now ebe nwa say ene social media ene the freedom of the people, freedom of speech here. Another Kwakufuado be kaya okonye na yede homra baye na yetwa mra etimi ka obi kasabo ehye ne yemo the criminal libel law no ye yidi free ho na free speech baye na enani patimi kasa no enipa do se na menu aba obetimi ache o makasa me come anu atumu sei ebia obechi abro nende ache me bia tumi wo. I'm showing where power lies. Now call no I remind you yes Friday on Saturday appear no about Friday now was had now call. But we have thousands of people who can speak like Abronye. Unless you decide that you are expanding the prisons, no. Because these things you cannot sustain them. You have been given the mandate to rule. And yama wang sawo kan ya wo manifesto muso babaye no. For the first time nka wonya nka me no problem. Oh me ka se me na mantimi anye. But what we are seeing is the meka se me no. Not only am I not doing it, but I'm rather doing the opposite of the meka se me. And ebasa emwa mama nyofo amanfo gidi omo emu no ensipi. Amoba e boso me enwatwini. Me nuaba. Eniema cost was here. A mabunu over 35,000. And now, yeah, a buy from what you mobile must see a yim coffee. And no, they make a gun and you be any some. A mobile, Galam say, yet, nay, yeah, or more trump card, I don't much now, so the year campaign park as year to the extent to say, there was some judge Becar say, or man penny were all the state apparatus. National security, police, BBH, and in someone or castle or Congalamsia, or better now what me no akon. But some men watching the air who say, and then put the Aya West, and someone more can Fagalamsia who say, and Rabia, I say, as a bon Samra LI 246, Yen Chamu, yes, say, state of emergency, Yen declare almost MPP council 2 weeks to election, and I'm by the low hanging fruits. And send a menu I can say MPP before in Nampo and call parliament here. Or more the numbers of making their repeatedly Sa Emrano. Now so the year when you say or more your margin I'm say I West. So when you leave all of these things, now say you decide say you want to oppress people's voices. I believe that you cannot do that and you cannot sustain that.
Okay. Let us say for Clay, sana do not have friend or no near Tinkin. Fresh Prince. JM or can't go focus a bush or me.
Many are by me dance. Many say or a lawyer. Overclaim, but so. Oh, okay. As a poster, no.
But me cry.
Oh, okay. Okay. For the friend Mahama, President Mahama, the supreme leader. For the friend Mahama, President Mahama, the supreme leader. We are not calling him the supreme leader because he's running. We call him that because he has power. And he agrees to our power. But I mean, nipa know what the tendency of a dictator and a tyranny. A President Akufo-Addo you betray me. Me sure say no na me nua party. Me sure say no na odom. President Akufo-Addo na ne MPC 137. But no to me catch him for some sorry no munchiano. That's a tendency of a dictator, a tyranny, a tyrant.
Okay. Oh, Prince Wadaruma, obeto aso ba lawyer room team mama na kwa bansa. Lawyer kwa ba. You say you free boko. Oh, okay. Matthias, okay. Yeah, that's it.
So that is a tender obia or a tyrant. President Akufo-Addo nkwana ye hu say ono nama no kiten no so anakonwa e wo V8 mu no atop petrol go V8 no mu no de nam
no
oba ofia
no excellence obi
tie oba ofia waste o mani sika oba ofia wa ba ofia no so wo akonwa enye opene kunu it no de na akonwa ba ofia oh of course eye den na me ba ofie na me de makonwa afiri me fie na e ba ofie me dwen den. What am I thinking?
Nansanso Kokobo CEO no so
de na konwa Kokobo CEO and president is not the same. Me nka Kokobo CEO. We are not comparing apples with oranges. Okay. We are talking about presidents now. Ni ano ye former president ni friend Nana Akufo-Addo. Tama no wo so na me kana asem. Me say ote so no otimi commande ahemfo so mo nsori ntia no. Na wo ye ohene wa nsori antia na. O chiao. That's the character of a tyrant. Onunkwa ni president on nama no de na konwa to V8 mu no are filling with taxpayers fuel. No de nam na one soldier e guide akonwa no bebi obekọ bia no na konwa kita no. Enne me hu so oba programs on kita sa akonwa no. Oya bro. President Akufo-Addo ya bro. Na nka me feel say up to now only so no. He will still be going around with akonwa no. Eno de ono na be top petrol e good Land Cruiser no mo. Na kwa yes na me hu so e ya ade a no ye dada. O say your mine sika ne de o de ye sika ye. But enya o mine sika biom de ontimi nye akonwa bia ba bi obekọ bia akonwa bia de be ma ne bia no obetena so. Eno ni obi a ye friend so ye dictator ni character no. President Mahama me pa cho when we so wa order ohini bi so on sorry. When we so na ma odi na konwa nam. It won't mean friend sir. Yamma ye nue ya ne ho aba asemi. Me die senior police for kofa so chi abronye no matter how I don't like his politics. Me mpa abronye politics. Me time was a person. But in the politics dey me mpa. But send omo fa kwan so omo fa so ko chi no. You say na police for roof war so it was unnecessary. And na me bra kan napo ambeka say ye invite no call security agency no anka ye kra ye nim say ya friend napo kra akọ iyoko. Okay, I say 47 of them. Ade na ye ntimi treaty abronye sa. Abronye ye invite you.
Okay, so obi baby sasa napo e de camera sinanim ebo ebia obidin edi wo ya anatem.
Okay.
Say napo nyesa.
Napo anyesa. Napo there because of say or no your minister of education, no say your minister of energy. Enti your friend Abisano how all running those two ministries. Obi beka say ho no ka say o kasem bia na very profound. Or see obi a who play in the political terrain bia say the position be ma wa make kai say one day who free so a ye be ma wa be bu akonta. Enti ono de o te wo nyina no nim say enye den ye be friend so me bu akonta wo adwuma a oyeye. But yen nua no I don't know what he did. Meaning so no there obie Michael or kasa anyhow. That I know about Bronye. But no matter what, a koyo mo fa so de chi no na me share video bi a free court. Na car motobi as a medabi na
Black Maria no.
Abo friend say
Omo treche Black Maria.
Ai as
somebody kwa kwetia.
Aha as oye within ni bi but e so unnecessary. Sa niam ne die. Meka se enye. But when we say me me kasa tia ade a me maban aye. E bia maban aye and as a police aye and maban. Yet ha wonim say ye chi Sami Jenfi no kasa wo radio so. Yesi wa kasa tia first lady. Ye chi no ko CID. That's what was happening. Wonim say ye chi koku anyi do ho. Ye chi ye minority leader. And now ye finance minister. Ye chi no arranging before court on a flimsy reasons. E de no court. Ye tata no sa ma papa every day bia no court. No ye minority leader of an opposition party. Me ba cho Avenue Markets ya chi na. Ya tata Avenue Markets. Omo aye chi omo nyina omo ye MPP for surrogate nyina. Ba ko bi de otimi threaten president. E ka chen so be kum president no atwa ne yiriti. Ah, eno de wo se ma ye nche no. Why you like crash on am abonten? Eh, who threaten nanu me say you threaten Donald Trump or chini paro. Obetimi didi president Mahama tem upa ka chen say ni tiso, ni 9 wa o onfa wo ho. Be so be threaten a life die. Ene me ndisi ni kwa me hu a. Wan hwe ye ne ameye wo no. Iti ade ne die ade a party for ne mienu nyina. Yes, we can do better. The way we arrest each other no, we can do better. So ade na nya boni a broso a onim se president Akufo-Addo nko a menu ye ni kan supporter pa and etimi call report president Mahama, my chief president Mahama. Oh, one. President Akufo-Addo ko report president Mahama say Airbus assembly or didn't come OSP. Emma OSP invited President Mahama. It has never happened before. President Akufo-Addo kwa na yes adie no. Ono ne predecessor o timi ko reporting no. On a very idea ne sebi onyanse nim say Airbus bi yes or you involved. Emma OSP e inviting no. Emma ko tro na enum asem. Me pa cho ya kwachi President Akufo-Addo ana. Ya inviting to any security service bi ana. It me sremo. President Mahama de me de ade ne ye boni a me meka aso abronye me nim ne waye, but whatever it is no, we could have handled the arrest in a better way, in a more civilized way compared to ne. But apart from that, omo ayachi omo nkaye ni nyina ne de me hu boni e wo hu o obi a threaten me president onu kro waye like say ya releasing na order so na mo obi tiri to me radio so e kasa anyhow o se omo awu no president Mahama nim hu bi eno de se yetimi che obi sa o say himfa na hu president Mahama so nim hu bi eno de but whatever it is obi eni wo betimi aka obi kasabo ahye ne yem. We have the right to speak, including the MPP people. They should speak. But you see, when you are speaking, you can decide to insult. Right. But you cannot threaten anybody, for that matter, the president of this country.
Yara se wasugu so utie sika 89.5 the point jumedie suni no miensa aba pound simano mieno prince fresh prince no den no SCCA edin kanu di kate wo fa clenso enka kwame ideas e wo ha enafe lawyer enso atena se me dame ho back to see me ba enkomo no afei kura na ahase e bimba.
Stefano streaming, Stefano uploading, Stefano social media networking and some day. Internet and into make for Cloud Ghana internet. At the amount Cloud Ghana internet. Ababwama internet in some simple. Ninya say utufie, so school, so sorry, hospital, even at the hotel. Kasa we businessman. Now we upload, now we streaming, now we all social media networking. A quantum crowd amount. Cloud Ghana internet. Our various data plans are Afumwaa. Very fast with faster speed of more than 30 megabytes per second. A free Wi-Fi router ka ho. Yes, our local and wide area networking. Emma departmental stores, banks, and manufacturing companies. Akonya as our Cloud Ghana Internet. Sao pasa we marketer and a network engineer. Bomardina for manufacture Cloud Ghana Internet. Never bow amoni swadi hunu. And swabem. For Cloud Ghana Internet, our 0202 699 110 and our 0263 122 101. Cloud Ghana Internet gives you fastest browsing at cheapest rate.
Many adwa na sent mama nkɔ nchen de wo ho no omfanto so adwa kwaba
enua o menua adwa
bia bɔkɔ
nyame ado na so
ehwe enkɔ
Eduproof Ghana Limited see enka cho ye tie 4% opese okɔ abrochire ekosua ade ana Eduproof pe ene betumi aboa amasada yeso no abam opese okosua hospitality management ewo Italy we no for the here so bank statement tiketua kesie bia enim omobeye bibia ma wawie na visa ne bewia na fe Eduproof Ghana Limited kakra bi no omo charge on watua ede ama wo mo pese okosua de ewo Malaysia na se ukọ Europe ni Australia akọ vacation kọ Chile ekọ hwehwe se de abrochire city no so we hear back statement bia Italy wo ho, Netherlands wo ho, Spain wo ho, Malaysia wo ho. Eduproof si anka cho so makache pe no mbetumi asechira ka cho se omobenya visa ewo amaya mabobo so yi ede amount se de medi kaka wontu esika bia school for ne de obetua wo school fees your friend say tuition fee no visa bewia and Sunday no what your services no easy transparent and afi so secure. Eduproof Ghana Limited won cry jewel ho and omudi omujuma from mine 0543 190616 0543 190616 Eduproof Ghana Limited. Your steady journey starts now. Time Herbal Mixture Dupa Kenoga Ghana Limited wamo ene de aba enye no nko. Time HH Mixture na capsules no so eka ho na Time Herbal Mixture ne de so wonu mato malaria fever na ache wontu mendidi ho na mdua no nyina na ye wo ya mepacho koto Time Herbal Mixture Dupa bi nenom na entu malaria fever no ase wonu mato ne nyina be free ho na afi so honam ya ne nyina enso free ho. Time HH Mixture ne capsules ne so de man ne mema no sabe obem no ombem no rashes no agu woni nyina o to Time HH Mixture ene capsules ne binade no no mabeboa ama sa rashes ne nyina free ho mo so amodwo so na mo brema kamosine so no ni nyina yade odwoso twa no ena temache abem koto Time HH Mixture ene capsules ti bi immune system booster so enti abeboa siesie nipadua ni nyina mema no so amasampam amontumi mu adwuma no mu nyina mokoto Edupa bi no mebeboa siesie wadroi ma ne mema nyina etumi no moko herbal shop any pharmacy shops bia obenya bi ato Frekenoga Company Limited 0244 417 669 0244 417 669 endless wa kwanya so be discover bre de ashaw ho sika ene bema uni sika so ti etise bibiti dial *959# and also beko 590mobile.com.gh kwa boss options no doso ene bna Tuesday de ne tutua ko so boss nunu asne so etutua nunu asne de doda ko si memenda don ko boy ye be ya kwa boss no so wo ho mesro twagum bebrebedra nwumre na wo so wallet mu aye kama no wani mu so aye serious gra ye di wunya 18 years onka ho wasembisa bia so betuma for NLA 0308249477 0308249477 590 mobile games yeah just to say a down sim
adwa ye da say Krata da manimi every National Security Secretariat Ashanti region omo hye se wo mo ho so mbabo ye ho ban na mantemi mu adwo awurukasem na tutrasem nyina etu atwa wo bi wo da watimi ada wo sori ahomache akọ odwom akọperates mam to bi obetimi akọ asomdwe munli ya unsuro hwe ya bambo nti na wonom ewo ne nso mo stress esase ya so ya boa wo mo no mo so tumi bo ye ho ban yie abambofo ntumi ngo ba bia enti ye mo wo mo no mo nso emo ye ho ban sanse akronfo atata ya ahomache ne anadwo mantem ho nyina ya ne wo mo na tie enti no ye mo wo mo no mo nchi sa akromfo ni mfiri yemu ne ye ho entoye nti omo de omo numbers atodwa se bibia obehu a chese ususu sa akwa wei obokro no mantem ha pa somasi wadwuma wo die no emmoa oman ya somdwe emmoa mantem ha omo na etete ye mantem ha no afrɛ wo mo o de report asem no fama national security for omo ahoma no enie 0554 03 2482 0554 03 2482 and 0542 760864 0542 760864 brano yabebo bobo ahomatrofo so amabibinia wa fred national security na womo aba beye womoa eho de no fidgeting te ho yanya prankos ho unim se hu hwe nche hwe obi anya hwe a emfre wo mo anyasa wankasa mu obedi nsensem ya sanso ba ya the point dwumadie ye to aso medical catcher say lawyer Evans osai bonsu wo ye MPP legal team no or directories wo bi oka ho bi o nana obribo ahe an associate lawyer nkasa e wo hanma enkomo no to aso bra kwa me badwemba so da so e wo mperefo aka nyina so atena se e ofi ha ye di nkomo a eda aproso JM ni supremacy no ababum na yetoma no wode ka kasabo ahye yem ana wode tata Ghana forma na lawyer wadama akwa bebio ejire se bibia boko JM she Ghana for so the supremacy ni kanko for kasabo ahye mo yem.
Yes, I agree in total with you completely.
Lawyer
I agree in total with you because me banana matise bi ne kasa tyrant na okasafa home but mami make incorrect statement bia minua no ameki minua no wo NDC camp no because o heli ono president me maka say there is no way ametna baby na maka say tia president be da because at the end of the day or your president a republic so anytime I mebo JM then be amebon his excellency John Dramani Mahama, the president of the Republic of Ghana, and I respect him a lot. He's a nice gentleman, very handsome, and he has ideas. And we're not overwhelming support of the good people of Ghana. But certain statements be one minute can. Osenana adodankwa Akufo-Addo na report His Excellency John Dramani Mahama denema OSP. Na nyansa biani. That statement is a very serious statement when you use something which is very nonsensical, quote unquote, to describe the former president. And I would never do that. Epacho, I did not interject you when you were making a statement. I did not. So let me flow. Senior, with all due respect. You see, that is typical of you. You see, you interject. You will not allow me. Now, when I say you, I mean typical of NDC communication.
You said something attributed to me.
Allow me.
I have not said that against a president. No, me say asam no they call reporting President Mahama wa na nyansa bi anim and me correct say Airbus no me kabium nyansa nim.
Okay.
That statement. Yeah. Now, okay, sir, mebao nyansa bia ennim no. Yes, and that is mebao. That is the statement I find it very damaging. You understand that, and that is what I'm seeking to correct. Me pacho even so here on my mreya, yeah the case law and the enactment and in your money edi on mine so na edi bu mine no. Court to cancel be Huru versus Richard and Majolabi versus Labi. Court no asmo kan say proof a preponderance of evidence. It is our can be now ni proof mere averment. So we be one no can be mere averment. Now the two obi so no. So when me anya proof that statement should be disregarded. Any kwan say yajitum. The statement he made said President Akufo-Addo na report na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ednema OSP no. That statement I would like to state emphatically here. Said that statement is erroneous. And your correct statement no kind. There is no way, and he couldn't even prove. Because when I'm speaking now, I'm going to prove whatever I say. So wait me any proof to support any argument ebi a wo can be ana. If you read evidence as section 80 e kasa say proof ya de bia say all senses section 179 and 80 or senses must be able to perceive at the corner or can bibia wo can be at the 5 senses e was it me perceive. There is nowhere what record said Nana His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo na report His Excellency John Dramani Mahama didn't OSP. So that statement is an incorrect statement and same should be disregarded by the public. Any can so be added to. Now, yanko, as you said, also Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, often if he often a chair the sea aircraft him and I say into a terrant government and our president tyranny. No, you should describe no. Also mean correct no. When we talk of tyranny, you have to be etymology of the word. I'm not going into the legal meaning. Me call a lawyer for but me call ordinary meaning, dictionary meaning. Something that obi can say ade be a tyrant. Or say a tyrant one characteristics. A tyrant is characterized by cruel and unjust exercise of absolute power, often disregarding the right and freedom of others, or disregarded the right of what? Freedom and others. It ubom say the key element are ubenya war tyranny. Ebine say ubom say the person wills what? Absolute power. The absolute power no, including executive, judiciary, legislature in awaje wafa. Absolute power, tyranny. It was describable a typical government to be our also CCR. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, of whom I respect a lot because he's the president of the republic. Now, ubon se seni pano, a quite of us lack of empathy, oni a humabro, focus on what self-interest. Ubon so no kwani yedie ehiano. Me ma characteristics ni bi. Cruelty and oppression. Ubon se ye di so ahunuhuna and ye di hunuhuna wo. Ubon se sa characteristics we nyina an owo. But you see, you cannot use only one of the characteristics to describe the character of a person. Ultimate fabakope, but also we nya cumulative of what? Sa characteristics ni nyina before answer what me describe say ni panese or ye tyrant. So the only example that he cited how they describe the former president, His Excellency John Dramani, His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo no. Ese ofana konya, otimi ka kire ohene se onsori nyina ho no. Only 2 characteristics pen otimi mae. And so 2 characteristics no they describe the former president Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo no. It's neither here nor there because it's insufficient to describe somebody say or a tyrant. And I'm going to give cumulative description of the way His Excellency John Dramani Mahama etie. I like him, his personality. I like his conduits. I like Nebibia. And he said, yeah, Osika Sature Nipa. I like him. But me bana memuo, I disagree in total with na memuo. Mameba, a typical example. There are certain things that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ya manage him. Ebini appointment or their ma and kwala ni nyina umanya bi AD. Eye kama. Credit to him. But mamema, Oshe Ghana or say your constitution of the 1992 constitution a democratic governance. It is the preamble of the 1992 constitution or say we the good people of Ghana in the name of God we give to ourselves this particular constitution which shall secure our freedom, personal liberty, fundamental human right. That means that the cardinal principles of what the 1992 constitution fundamental human right be. And if you read the case of Mansima versus Attorney General, Agbebo versus Attorney General, court can say the national constitution is supreme. Any law found not to be consistent with the national constitution to the extent of repugnancy, same shall be declared null and void. Yagana mrano ekuninu na eye mrakese na mrebia wo beye a ene mrano etieti ane fa hodie bia no saa to that extent no saa mrana wo de ba no ye be declare null and void inti memra. I talk about democratic governance. When we say democracy, government for the people, by the people, and to the people. Eti enipano enya ewo homa wo. Mamen chiro there His Excellency John Dramani Mahama oye. Now he's no more using the democratically characteristics na ye use no aye di bu man no. Do you know what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama o use anocracy and your constitution it doesn't talk about anocracy not here president be all blended democracy kakra no de ehunhuna tyranny and so e de ye adwuma and your friend anocracy
Uganda we be lawyer
yes ohunhuna nipa me ba be ma a typical example yawa president other institutions in United working under him and he has absolute control over all other institutions bia yawa yuruku boss osmasi emra mefawa yebano the people of Ghana they know democracy and democracy does not talk about guns and ammunitions obi aye kwachini bia no before national security for befa no trust me and I have example whatever they call me I'll come and testify almost tie say ye befa ye tuo before answer arrest any pandenako. A typical example is the Wuntumi radio presenter baby omokofa no e just so hono ma ye frɛ krono me refi baby omofa no me pe kroni din e dia bra e just so what am paba ayi that area etuo clear evidence pipe and the people were running away before answer ye picking the akọ. In which part of our democratic governance and a kasa about this and a typical example Yakofa Wuntumi Yakofa governor of Bank of Ghana deputy Ebra Yakofa no including the fridge mu aduane nyina bibia ya status ye bia hwehwe
oti manti so mu hwie
nyabotre o mu ani o
mu hwie
fridge ni mu nyina edu ba bia je se court ma warrant before ansan watimi kura wura obi fio because warrant there was several types of warrant ansan watimi wura obi fio you no knock warrant there were several there were a lot of them I can mention some of them to you. Eti wo kwa ebi wo kwa just a court na ma okwan before ansa na wakofa for sa search no ye bogura ho ana yakwa akofa. The second coming of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, this is what is happening and all of us ye nyina ye witness to that. I will be antimi eneme nye chi me nua kura okasa yi oye dance ye say this is what is happening in this current regime. Eti na wo bie wano a na kire say another thing e kire say wo ye tyranny. And say, my example, because one person media for the canal semuntino, all mean can say media personalities, all more appointment and almost all of them, the government, no, also media personalities, no, appointment, a lot of them so that they cannot voice out. But yeah, the fourth arm of government, excuse me to say, it talks about the third arm of government, but the fourth arm of government to keep the president or to keep the government scrutiny, no, or try to take them. So that they cannot talk about this.
So are you saying say appointment ninti?
I'm not saying say appointment no maybe no enye. But I'm saying say if you look at the number of appointments ye dey massa media personalities now. It means that he's trying in a way to let them not to be outspoken. Said you make me a can so that when they get appointed all of them will be mute so that they will not give him a scrutiny. When the constitution itself talk about say I was say abino you keep on any criminal libel law no I was say you keep abino on her toes eti dia all yen said be ya obi nkana asem eno a typical example actually so be a tyrant and I say tyranny and odibu amemu no now mama nchro His Excellency John Dramani Mahama winim opposition no oba e also we reset ni nim say reset there generally we resetter you reset to cover every part every aspect, whether opposition, whether incumbency, obi or was to be albert reset it. But do you know what His Excellency President Mahama sa reset no or particular people are what get woman sa reset ni or stati ora mamencho no personality National Democratic Congress NDC mu your friend is ora o ma answer question but omu nyina opposition parties including Kofi Apalo ekura na yache no ehine for na reset no ye reset only MPP but ye reset NDC mame a typical example criminal case uba law mu empro because what is crime no e ka say crime a say an act be forbidden certain things and there must be a prohibited act in place so when you do certain things which will sin against a prohibited act e be man be sinful and when it is sinful then the penalty of it must be prescribed by written law so you face the full rigor or the penal consequences of the law eti ye twe waso but crime empro but oba no hwehwe ni po ja omo opuni o se ache wo court waja no Collins Dauda Segleme o se waja no Atto Forcing waja no not to talk of a governor of Bank of Ghana wejano so we some crofo we nyina oja wo mu a na chese reset no or the MPP for nkwa no reset it but NDC on reset it you can so be a tyranny and I say or a tyrant what dey hunhuna any apo na di bo Ghana for hunhuna wo mu a e say nipa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Lawyer Evans Osebo NPP Legal Directorate or a member ewo hono ono ena yatene nkasisi Kwame okay
na memoshi ba wonko ntwena mencha DC engineer Hamidu one na somfo amoye adwuma wo no minya ina kwanya na ebetena anum se ya aya yensusu emma yakasa na hunu amrem na
me studio house obi hunu obi wa ha
lawyer hunu ai
ehu atawoso
lawyer hunu ai lawyer shift go post the day entokwa na ko ne field wa bra me topic da wa wan kan watem e na okoti law no kan wa da topic
ode brebre ye ni so
ye kasa afa ekwan a omampanyi bi fa so ehunu omanfo minia say omampanyi bi hunu omanfo say abetena hanum say lawyer abetena say o man representation of acclaimant representation atemdidie bi anim threat bi anim onka bibia de oman no asomdwie ebetoto na say na yesoma national security for say emra me form mu bia I think say betima target ban na wo so say ohunu omanfo no ka wonka sabo ahye won yem na mum lawyer abetena ha yi no wo say abronyen semi otran na yi no hia TV kan ono ane west na bi kura se mi ko ti the example a menyi ni so obema me chance ono ane west na enya me na me ko mi ko ti menyi ni so obema me kwan but watena ho ato agum framam aka mo manfo na no yatena wo se na ya ride on obi emotions na ye kan o manfo ne be senti ema ye nkoche no e wo se ye che no menwa ka se na wo condemn say Rambo star me bibi o Rambo star la chikro se na nkomo de che no yes of course yes oh yes lawyer
articulate kuntonto
lawyer yes say entontomo no say ye de excavator kura kan ne kunu ne ye o say kunu nim de ntia say ya anya sa na ya ma sanity ama o man nim ne ya ma o man asomdwe ho ban a hwe unim say Ghana edrubre bi say ekon esi obi man mu a ye hanom ye refugee camp ebi wo kaso abujumbra Liberia camp ne ade ye de omanfo ne ba begu hanom say ma omunya asomdwe mo moto but ye to nsem gun from man o man ma ye say wa bra sansem ni nyina ni ho no na ma obi outside the world no outside the country no omunhu o man sa asomdwe nim esa de o man asomdwe ne o man ni monyam wo outside the country ba fom na say no me nkan wasem obi etna so kan resine so no threaten certain president first gentleman of the land e kan say ma mintimi fom anonka egun framam na say no ye kwotena nka yemfa ensam ye kine nkopa na chewo so womra ye ka ayi media guy no ntumi odwane ko share so achi wonu mi me tianum say wo ma me invitation na me welcome no meba but onim said the why lawyer mo wa betima boy e civil offense a oba betima ma invitation me ye de me betima ka ma time me wi ameba but anything associated with criminality e was say be arrest o say e ye ba ye nim de kura international security personnel na ya authorize ammunition amano no weapons amano no oba on fa ne sapan na wo no oba be arrest o well you betima invite but you arrest one so e nyam from so
you see you arrest what there is a mode yet me they arrest one and mode with military accoutrement
na lawyer can say the area homo papa itoma nkofo wo
one minute me amete medical can say kasa bi obi be kasa tia His Excellency John Dramani Mahama emfa kwa mu bia no I condemn it outright na obi aso a obekasa bone de akere His Excellency John Dramani Mahama or say a from be answer that one I agree with you but me point ni say mood na ye de kwache say nipa no because when before his arrest maybe before his arrest he called me say when your letter from the manager say wasake no na the manager na amfrɛ na ntie ne side of the issue and no masake no ama the manager na catch and say national security for ebeba beche no within 30 minutes ana information no na dan for ne to ofrɛ me say ampa national security aba but the hu yan so omo fire too
okay
aya information a obi de ma me eti wo mo fire 20 ose no te ba no mo nom ensa kakra e wo ba ho do mu yan se ye twa ba no hu nyina ahia na etuo no astarte esu na just obi edwane to mo fike na no mo di no wura ka mu so mode na make say the mode of arrest no e wona make condemn
contrary to
the constitution
okay well no na because no ya won me no wachi no won call no remember but me there
if you read article 14 the dignity of the person
okay
eti your former national security coordinator NPP all threatens say obi abo man no krono we susu se obi abo man no krono obi aye niam emfata na se be arrest na obi make sure say be o man no be hye na sa nipa we say ye kwa ye mfa yesanwu ye chi ne nkonko invite no na of a clear site that for example na po yesusu se o man sika ye de hye ne nsa no ehon toto ye na ye ntiase o ba bi bra be chirechirim onya bibi a wo say ye ma soldiers and national security for kokofa no ba so tran framam eto sabita bi ensem o kafa IGP on IGP police unit no so ye institution on its own though the appointment of the IGP is done by the central government but onya adwuma under the central government said the ministers here adwuma institution police institution here adwuma and this over radio so AUU on printed words AUU on printed words ma IGP na o say ma yencho o say acho Rambo Commando Star o say kabom near the cho offer lawyer say a statement several for the mission a statement without proof is erroneous and the mesume can to us and say who alleges must prove enti abronya betna hon mo be kan say we say sabi and some can see pa yentimi nka wontumi radio ye regional chairman and awunim ana enyem ngonwa bebre because said the offer clear any lawyer ti honim said the omo ahonsto sidite omo omani monyam sidite ombekwa akopɛ position ewo NPP obe contest abronye no omo chusu abronye over lawyer. That's the characteristics of NPP. And they say a man and a member and the phone as our NPP moon. Na me nim baby or moko fast adi ni free. Obekwa fa lawyer prempe so on contest wound to me ni apiki wound to me over lawyer prempe. Into who we are. Yes. Now who say South choice na correct. Say correct a whole resource and the airbay. And unim. And then I me bobi answer post ade bi o Facebook na ya mesre bata no kre MPP national executives obi ye mistake e ko ka say we declare nere sabio by election ya be kwa contest akwaje because you some party ni weak and because of the crop of leaders are mo choose here and the doma ba be we omwe hwe abronye obi antimi control no party onu onya omo aho nipa Kennedy Japan hwe kon ode papa ne faso nti ki petre papa ne be di party na anima say no beton no ye be use sa words na ode man na be describe no hwe de omo ye brand champion omo ankasa ask you omo system ne say in favor obi and omo dey stay on party no who press the destructive button who we about be blame government hide because ye opposition yetimi e ko by election winning but who opposition now say government na intimidate you government ni hunu to ko election bi a be lose na of lawyer akan aba be ka say president ma media personalities appointment lawyer ne hu yanka wanka Jefferson Saki godwe bedi akon se bo akon Kwame Sefa kan omo kwa na ye popular ni mum de omo ye adwuma o newspapers me hwe ma ye newspapers a enipa be 24 mahama se no de amom ena omo no kwa na ya mo sa appointment no omo yi omo nim so omo ye NDC for and we know them but omo share behind the microphone omo yi omo nim so omo ye MPP for nyina ye mo appointment just to silence them said be omo timi criticize aban ena lawyer be kan wa ne yes I anya fair to omo for no omo tie no
okay
eti dia me ka kosi ane say lawyer say be tan no say a and 70 bi ho no ma e wo say invite wa e be invite no oba be chirichiri be hian chire mu eno ye mba be arrest but say small boy bi say bi kwa me ameti asuko no metima chane 10 years etna TikTok so no ato ntem bi agumframam na obi oba bi abeka bi aka ho akeka de enfata na lawyer say bi enko asem na ye kan yo bibia mu no
na make us say azoka gina o say obomo bia
azoka statement o kan ni say
obomo bia ifunu na dey fi yan
wan ka so obomo bia ifunu lawyer
ye be by election e wo ni ho
another person be can or constituency I don't know whether organizer
also azoka
bia na so far azoka ejine kasa no party office constituency office na afre no marking ko honum
Oh,
yes.
Video
MPP ni be hu different from video I no credit eda intenta video.
Police na na twa
MPP ni be so hu na
no be. Ka bia na azoka gina no
kan sa asem no. Na o make reference to Tama.
And there more explanation to
that. No, explanation dey see on grounds na ya kan asem. Say oba be to no party office one man na wo MPP ni. Say be wo be pede o NDC party office. No, yes. Now where party office constituency office. And now minority who communication platform bet bisa. Said there e see ya ma azo ka be ka asem. Say some ko be to no ho no ma anka and what kind of me? I'm not me.
As NDC and MPP, you're enemies.
You are not enemies.
I cannot come to NDC. NDC.
Hey, election day.
I can't come there.
Election day.
NDC.
Now me follow strategies. Now me found grounds.
What is the evidence to show? Say me bow office. I'm a follow.
No, for the first place, open.
I said my so that even if he was at wrong. As a Oba NDC officer, does it mean say Azuka bet my catches Obama ye by election or no? Is it right?
Me so the all kind of me so the all but brave man here there ba. For the first place, who quiet the office.
Okay.
Etia no and I don't say say na tie the IGP ni say bi o crucify no. And what can send be there for IGP. When I say my invite no.
All right.
You be invite no. You be invite in there. You be for commando style, you be for Rambo style, you be for even Jet Li style e dey arrest no. Na you ya toto na no obi amu obi a say ne lawyers complain so munim baabi o obi anya no ye chi abro chamauti wo so mo oba bibi anya no national security for ba be peke wenne na say ohungu su gunkra they have questions to answer and I think that they know it it ombe protect no ombe say ne nkwa en na pomden ne bibia enkwa acho na ye wi ade mra ne say ofuma ye mfanye no ye na famra kwa so na o compare say ora ba ye on NDC Mami 1 minute. Also lawyer age me time ni nyina.
1 minute so me am.
NDC ni na yenche Kofi Apalo MPP ni. Kofi Apalo LGP, say LPG or say LGP. Any yesu say am na contract bi a on deliver onu akotena onu FM, onu TV. Ye bisa ne nsem bi na afi ototo papa. Na yesi bra be yin nsem bi anu a. Me hu ba bi ye say the say politics na o man nkan kwani ni mpeda na ebeche. Enu so yentu nyina pese o man ne ko animu se me amete nya me ya adom na NDC ye na ma me contract ni bi na ma anya de lawyer ka je se e ma enfra me nkobisa me ho asem na de ofa klemo ken e me nkobisa me ho asem yes sir o man ne nchechire ne nkan ko no ebeche eti ebesere se obi a ye ma obi contract appointment ye o man sika fa wonsem e ho hyehye ne ho toto ye ne hu se ankoyi a also mine for aban no efrew
okay
there now what is so cry invite NDC
okay yeah that's bra Kwame ideas no overclear Adamatis
my minia bra Kwame Madaroma as young people bra Kwame mesre say never should we encourage, particularly on air, the Rambo style of arrest. No matter senior or better best, I believe, sir, we young people, and our democracy is growing.
Okay.
And I do not think, sir, you better pennies because your constitution near Mrano, you were quiet and the Pacone bonnet to same poor. You were quiet in the faso. Because you say lawyer for you say court ko dey bet ma prove say nipa no what before and you know you am ko ja court emmo enka say what before you ntimi nka so dey what before and ntina even obimpo a court mpo a convicting mpo no nipa ko was some rights here or say you make sure say the nipa ko dey enya na obi a mere allegation no there we should the framework of the constitution are very careful. Say the person can come out clear. That is why you have to treat the person arrest very, very well.
Of a clown now, so I'm on the platform, no. And on our platform, no. Many other matters in our 5 minutes to make count.
Many are fresh guys. So, make a point here. A best say a tier for yen ye. This matter that mean you are fresh guy ekai more can be a bio sir on my penny a kufodo and the report to on my penny John Mahama or Airbus. Let me give the background of the Airbus. In 2010, and on my penny John on my penny JE Mills ɛyɛ so makoto place e dia ma asojafo ɛna saa tam na ɔman panya be di akyire ɛna ɔde saa dwumadi ne share ne nsento na lead that ade no ɛkɔyɛ negotiation na ɛnumu ɛna planes dodo ayɛ kaa se yɛtɔ no yɛnya ɛde buy kama fɛfɛɛfɛ na company na ɛkɔkɔtɔ free wɔ mo hɔnom no ɛyɛ Airbus company ne wɔ abrochire no ɛna abrochire investigative authorities no ɛkɔhu sɛ scandals akɔso wɔ saa company no na mo so mo yɛ plan de ma amai bebre anya Ghana nko a in fact that particular issue na buy na about 12 countries ya omokoto planes free Airbus for honom no ɛna mo yɛ involved with that scandal ne dey emu enti anya omampani Akufo-Addo ɛyɛ ade a ɛyɛ abroach investigative authority bi ɛna omo investigate wo mo company yɛ wo ho ehun so man yɛ scandal bi na saa scandal no involve 12 other countries o ma beto plane fa free dey free honom in fact eba bontempo no omampani JEA Mills eti a committee for the first time and me bo mampani Mills about say or take committee say ye hwɛ ade a wasoma ne vice president so nkodi hu dwuma no ya tese hu nsem say aiden aba ama mo ye hwehwemu ma hwehwemu no ebi mu se ekoba ase ne ho son sa ne ye kan enti no sa asem ne koba ya Airbus ho asem ba ye enti it is not omampani bi in fact the outside or international investigative authority almost never refer something the ma ye Ghana hanum say so the san say omo aye sister investigative authority enti master say it is never true say omampani Akufo na mum aye FBI or whatever and no mukoko yes sa Airbus for no or maton place a mankofo bi na scandal abam na Ghana kwa di kwa dey ekobam
okay it has say ofakle Obia 5 minutes
yes, United States ni UK Oman kasa fine company ni guilty Edma omu D4
okay
Emo mu wie no mo kire say government official 1 any government official 2 no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama oni ni nua
Fresh Prince
Mahama one Mahama bi boy OSP crack video no wa I can show you OSP crack video no wa government official 1 government official 1 me ba OSP crack say government official 1
nya Mahama nyina so na ya JDM ni nua nya Mahama bia na ya JDM nua because sa Mahama no ya hu de so nya
that's why Mahama bia
na ya JM nua
I clear say o can say His Excellency
Fresh Prince
and government official 2 years
Fresh Prince
OSP crack na
Fresh Prince me too
government official 2 years Mahama nua
Fresh Prince O man can say Mahama nua Fresh Prince yenti
you say
and America say o man can say Mahama nua Fresh Prince
okay me pa cho me the respect be ma me nue of a clear and me nue or a lawyer but you see me for respect man so o kasa menya no kre. This is the OSP's website opa onko and I read opa be read ya mami
I'm funny ruling now they buy no
oh no me pa cho my name read me pa cho OSP na kasa asemi read mami OSP would go to you
Office of the Special
lawyer.
Prosecutor.
You are not the only person who can authenticate. Me pa cho read mami
on 8 August 2024 the office presented its findings regarding an investigation into alleged bribery involving high-ranking Ghanaian officials, notably former President John Dramani Mahama and Airbus SC. The investigation initiated following a referral from the President of Ghana, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo.
Please, this is the OSP. Mamin can ye be a lawyer, lawyer. You are not being fair to me. Lawyer, let me read. Unless you want to tell me something.
Yeah, the boy official 1 the omuka say JDM.
Tie.
But the official 2 brother.
Look, investigation.
I know.
Tie, what the home put the mebaho. Of a clearly lawyer to now fidie so e catch me say President Akufo-Addo na refer case through to the OSP. Almost say me boa na me ti ana me twantro. And I will say anya no kre. And I made the boy ma was so ready and me but on tia say I will ready and day. Una we host. I must say on 8 August 2024 the office presented its findings regarding an investigation into the alleged bribery involving a high-ranking Ghanaian officials, notably former President John Dramani Mahama and Airbus SC. The investigation initiated following a referral from the President of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Mona muye true for lawyer nie. I am not saying sir near find this neighbor and I'm not one out in a radio is to catch me say me your true for because me catch now say me patch
government official.
I take the G.
Yes, and lawyer Bemu say.
Europe, advanced country.
Oh, you see, I am not arguing with you whether government official is President President Mahama or not. I am not arguing with you. My argument is that most of my car send me waha. Who the car kasai?
NPP. So we a team back.
Because I want to handle the matter.
Before who can send me on your second bite? Meanwhile, starting here, and no can bomb is
lawyer can be.
Because also all your lawyer in Ukrofome Jedi said, or your lawyer in Assembly or Kebiano, and Yanukre, Fidiasuma prove it to Obio is a lawyer chantro to me so. President Akufo-Addo, oh, I am a passionate talker, so don't worry about my President Akufo-Addo never referred the matter to the OSP. Who's in throne? I'm trying.
And the OSP chantro, OSP.
Like seriously? Can you imagine a lawyer telling me OSP chantro? It's me reading from OSP. OSP and Kasakura Nebeka here press conference.
Okay,
me OSP.
I'm making a conditional statement here, Mebao.
Listen.
If granted that what you are saying is true.
So you didn't even know.
No, granted that what
you didn't even know. So OSP crackers asked me. All the media houses carry it. You didn't even know. Say you know himself President Akufo-Addo and the Maye Chief President Mahama.
I'm also making. You see, I'm making a conditional statement. Say, granted that what you are saying is true. Will you also agree with me that say OSP can say, sir, Europe, any point identify as a government official one. And in such as Airbus national, His Excellency John Dramani.
That's why.
We are memo bia 1 minute na mo dey Fresh Prince yenko.
Okay.
Of Aklenya botre. Lawyer Wadaroma.
No, lawyer o dey say.
Wadaroma.
Enti abede di say asama lawyer, your friend is a lawyer then. Lawyer kato me so no. Some your true for no. Onu mo na your true for. 2. Aso Airbus no. Ni enti akoba ye nyina ne say in Europe yes, we are Jumama companies beer. Commission Mutua should not be more than 5%. And Airbus faculty are more than 5%. Asamne Entina Airbus was a Asama ko see na they pay compensation. Obia nko jail wo ho. Enti Oba na yesi o ya investigate President Mahama. Yesi o na Airbus will refer as government official one. President Mahama has never denied say he is the one they were referring to. But Boni amusi why ye no. So okoto plane waje bribe every Airbus woni nua ka ho ni ase for no. And no OSP say who evidence be a tresa and no dear momo person mujitum.
Fresh Prince.
Can you imagine?
Fresh Prince. You can be until who the any it.
Enti me person me catch lawyer say.
Okay.
Lawyer, Mr. Next time we ka sema me die before me kasa no because of my media background me nkasa keke.
Okay.
Let me hang me ni aka asem. asem na me Canadian no kra wom but me have embellish no and no there it's about communication
okay
but me Trump to President Akufo-Addo so no matter how much I don't like his politics or no na ko refer some no e be see now say a whole president et me ko reporting the former president say or your confront investigating no e be see that me ba President Akufo-Addo obi investigating no.
So any evidence be against him.
Oh, so you didn't have evidence in the Airbus thing. It was just okay. Say, Osu Bempa Kwabe car say after the Airbus issue, omutina them, including President Akufo-Addo, and omu cookie ye, and yeah. I know the better about it. Me a media man.
Fresh.
Okay, Osu Bempa Abuapapu.
Now we see from your brain into.
Oh, he is the deputy communication officer of the MPP.
Okay.
Oh, I'm telling you. In fact, you compare who ni baby
in terms of communication also.
Or a national officer.
Okay.
It's your kasa me di more ache wo lawyer.
All right. Rakwame.
Omotina them a cookie story no including President Akufo-Addo and omo de babonte and a Ghana for am buy into it just because he wanted to win election. Me die me kanokre. President Mahama has never shown or Chinakra President Mahama a meeting media for. Sure. Or someone may be sent a question. Akufo-Addo President Akufo-Addo tonight 8 years or your media encounter only one.
Thank you, Rakwame.
Never wanted anybody to ask him because
that's the
character of a
Rakwame. Maybe a woman mic no ntimpacha wona meet you wadaroma.
Minya ba me da say.
Yeah, Brenisa.
The lawyer used to touch his view hanum sa o man 5 minutes o be no I end up use 15 minutes.
Onya 5 minutes. Me catch say metie free time ni monti. Rakwame yankoi. Me patch me catch say metie free time so he is away.
Minya ba MPP omo modus operandi and say omo wo media houses a omo kwa o kan sama host ni misa na question. Oni political opponent bia obe interject no obebisa ne bibia afa enti do mbeka bia no mato agum saa and saa de na ya adwuma wa santimantem ha ma o saa on the recent days echiranka yura amakohene o de social media no aya adwuma ma NDC achidi for ya ti ase ya nso ye use social media and other platforms e de counter do lawyer tena hanum say with the mere he say oye lawyer and the the fact say oye lawyer no the obeka bia no the o tie say eh lawyer na kase na modu wa ba be kire say government official 2 government official 2 John Mahamanua eno ya tena han wa admit say ono na kan ya wo twantro ye mfa nche no say ena me ba no oh what chance as government official 2 afede enya Mahamanua biem eh nya ba wo ti da ma wante wa ja tum say wo twantro ye mfa nche no lawyer ti hanum say lawyer to them hanum say e ka chere fresh prince say enya Akufo-Addo and a report President Akufo President Mahama no waja to me say ene OSP in the DCV no etina onim e no beka into pacha etie from fanche no etinka ye omu media stations ni bia akotugu mu sa na ni waja of a clear protect ni image say oye lawyer nti oja ma no so ne kan ye mfanche lawyer kan bi yan fan show or your lawyer and no beka se nya no krenti yan fan show
era se Rakwame lawyer
na man so me ma 1 minute
lawyer pa cho ya ko
na invite say
lawyer aka lawyer de
lawyer ko da me na me last person because say we of a clever fresh person bana lawyer ko na me ka say we me na me last person
lawyer de Kenya of a clever start
na lawyer ko na my last people another
but me ma sa 5 minutes no lawyer nkoye sa 5 minutes lawyer nkoye me de ma wo no no bawura no kasa metie free time anti lawyer nko 5 minutes nde onya because we wura me time and sa lawyer 2 minutes
what you say that
lawyer pacho yentie ye brena say we adaroma
what was that? That is typical of NDC. I will say NDC. Till now I was so give me 5 minutes. Government official 1. One will say so advanced country, baby, are you sure ne happen here now? Identify as a government official 1, the president of the republic. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
I said no more watching you. In that
report, no. Sa corrupt deal na happy meba
on the platform who now our platform. So let's go. Lawyer, listen to me.
Omujitum pefe say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Deal be a course be a disikasem anko so be a ma company no e kwa ye twe wo ma so wa abruchire no enyina no eye deal Ghana government in Sashase. NDC for cannot dispute this fact. But who na to OSP so? Because me chira am working. Because anyama bebre na OSP akawa. Meba anyama bebre meba o ma me kwaya meba ono ne dia no munti o enya seniority ni ade kan e na OSP anka emphasis li adapa initial stage e dia no anka later dia no san be kai ye ni han ana li adapa e kasa o kan sem bebre first li adapa by the end of the day report is send by the
report ni say
ye pese ye kan say ora nana adodankwa akufuado ba bia ni wa yeah, this report by government official one, you correct first say, no your position leader in the Adia, you make it, maybe my wife will say, government official one, now His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now reading report to Noah, see one one, say 5 million say euros na a happy yena, see one in Nano, none in such a city, none in such a city. 80 me one say on one casa or casa, now be an anoa. I say, are you corrupt? I say, me as a human being.
Okay.
What you say? Me as a human being.
Okay.
Kisi Jabi, you senior the far more than you.
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay. Offer clear. Yeah, 1 minute. Unchi nyina afra. Okay.
Masma make can say you start even your fresh boy say Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince.
Virgin Prince. On your virgin. Any I say Omampani Akufo-Addo ne ko report. Omampani that ama OSP. The other man is report the same as refer. You can't be report to Obia. How can you be say Obia Boni bi? But this is something that has gone on from 2010. I investigate across my FBI for the report. I'm a baby. Yes, I will be.
Okay.
And you say, ABC was so said. Say FBI for the you ban say I'm chairman for yes Kaskasi. Nye FBI for the report of BC Ghana aban so. No, so I refer to the investigating for a body.
Okay. That's it.
And you know when we say some report, because of my Akufo-Addo a complainant. That's the point I'm making.
Your time is so.
And you know, yeah,
okay, that's it. Virgin Prince, you're cool.
Oh,
yeah, 1 minute. Virgin Prince. Virgin Prince. Virgin Prince. Me na wuti e time no so you.
Me dey na me kan say. President Mahama. Or your president or the constitution na ye adwuma.
Okay.
Up to now me nua ye a your lawyer. Ontimi nka say entimi nkoti any part of the constitution actually say Omampani Mahama abridge for that matter as a lawyer obeka akoti amaye ontimi nkoti ontimi nka hwe it for me there Ghana for nyina gitum say President Mahama the omanye mistakes omo to abama no obenye ni obetini aye bia no ama na fan ntuma pafra me catch me catch Kumasi for said Fredo Kofo market no yeguso aye ni
until Virgin Chia ne enko Virgin Chia obecha wo de chia because your time na san ha
mama chia honorable Amu Kamel oya sukwa MC na ma chia Kenzuba as original minister de ma chia ne dada enti me chia obi a
ati obi ajo so lawyer enko
yo the me person me can say who read the preamble of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. It talk about rule of law and fundamental human rights.
Okay.
And now you will media me can say President Mahama, His Excellency, and ya dia o use rule of law.
All right.
Na other fundamental human right juma.
Okay.
Or yen it is said the PDA a pension Henry Akoto pension BC yena.
All right.
Rather or practice anocracy but not democracy.
What the
tyranny.
Lawyer
the people of Ghana should show him the record 2020.
Okay, it has it.
Me da say lawyer etna se no my characteristics are yɛmfa define president or tyranny ɛna ɔkyerɛ yɛ sɛ yɛnya mu mienu a yɛbɛtumi de describe president former president Akufo-Addo wɔntumi ankyerɛ baako kora yɛde bɛ describe JDM owie yɛ no wasa lawyer atena dem ha ka kyerɛ sɛ government official 2 ɛyɛ John Mahama nua owie no bɛpa ho akyew
yɛte yɛrase
me South constituency executives Suleiman Abubakar one constituency chairman
so one lawyer so chiako lawyer so chiako
what you say ana leaders I do mu banyi obi ahucha
ya brother say yes so na evangelist Dr. Kwesi Donko odi nyame asem eba be yen ye kra